Hello children, welcome to NEET World. This is Narayani, I am your foundation biology educator. In previous class, we discussed about the nitrogen cycle. Before we skim the class, I would like to tell a very important news for you children. We are starting the foundation summer camp course from the 6th to 10th standard people who are upcoming students of 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th. It is the best, it's the best foundation course we are providing for you. And the course duration will be the 15 days, and the first 10 days we are covering the whole concepts, core concepts based on the exams of, based on the exams of NEET and JEE, the basics which are level 2, which are understand to the students. We are teaching those, concepts in a very, from the basic level to the higher level. And after 10 days, on the 2 days, we are going to focus on the activity based learning. And then after 12 days, we are conducting the quiz on according that. So you can check your efficiency by participating in the quiz, how much you are improved from the before. And in 14th day, in 14th day we are keeping the cumulative assessments of the subjects we covered. We are mainly covering the subjects of physics, chemistry, biology and mathematics. Based on those subjects, we are keeping you the cumulative assessment, thereby how much you are improved, how much you are basic, how much you are going to have knowledge of the basic levels of understanding of each and every concept of the subjects of physics, chemistry, biology and mathematics. And 15th day, which is one of the most important day, so we are providing the career guidance program to all of you in one-on-one interaction to achieve your goals, what kind of path you have to take, and to achieve your goals, what kind of subjects you are focused more, and all that we will provide you in 15th day. And one-on-one interactions, doubt clearing session will be provided to all of you. So this is how we plan the 15 days of the foundation summer camp course, and it is going to start after every 15 days. So this is how we planned the foundation summer camp course from the NEET World institution. So the mode of learning through is digital panel. So we are creating the wonderful animations to get the concept to be understood from the basic level to the higher level. So here it is both offline also, online also. For offline people, you can happily come to our institute name called NEET World, present in Hyderabad near Narayanguda. Those who want to attend through online, in the down scrolling number is there, no children, contact with that number, then we will give you the access for the classes of this foundation course. It is very golden opportunity for you children, because the 1 week classes are free, absolutely free. You can happily attend through online also, either by the offline also. So this is what about we are providing summer camp course. So it is going to start after every 15 days. So let's keep in that mind. Before starting the session, let's fastly revise the yesterday topic children. Why the nitrogen is required for the plants and animals? For the plants and animals. 1 minute. Children. So yesterday we discussed about the nitrogen cycle. So in which form is we will take the nitrogen in the form of, not exactly in the form of nitrogen we will take directly, no, we don't have that mechanism to utilize directly the nitrogen. In the atmosphere, how much the amount of nitrogen is present children? Almost 78% of the nitrogen is present over the atmosphere. In that, we don't, and plants also don't have the direct machinery to utilize the nitrogen. So plants, some plants like leguminous plants have the mechanism to utilize the nitrogen with the help of bacteria. It shows the symbiotic association with bacteria. Bacteria name called rhizobium. So this is how the nitrogen fixation will be happen by the plants. We are depending on the mainly the plant foods. We are depending mainly for the food source as the plants. So thereby we are getting indirectly the nitrogen to ourselves. Why the nitrogen is required for the humans? or plants and animals to synthesize the DNA, RNA, nothing but nucleic acids, proteins and amino acids. So, how the, how it is happening in the nitrogen fixation? There are two steps. What are they? The lightning and also biological fixation. In the biological fixation, plants are involving, and in the lightning process, what will happen? In the lightning process, the lightning have the high temperature, then the nitrogen in the atmosphere is combines with the oxygen and produce the nitric oxides. These nitric oxide, when diluted with the rainwater, it forms the dilute nitric acid. When this dilute nitric acid falls on the alkalis, the substances which are forms the substance which are forms with that react with acids to form salts like limestone. So they release the nitrates. This is the form plants can absorb nitrogen. So after these nitrates absorbed by the plants, the animals will be eaten the plants. What those animals? The plant eaters, we call it as herbivores. Then after these herbivores eaten by the carnivores, or else the plants eaten by the human beings. So this is how we are getting the nitrogen to our body. So it helps in making the nucleic acids, nothing but the DNA, where the genetic information is stores in our body. So this is how the nitrogen fixation happens in our body. After the nitrogen fixation, what is the step, children? The next step is assimilation. What is meant by assimilation? Assimilation is nothing but incorporation. So after the incorporation, after the assimilation, what will be the next step? It is the ammonification. In ammonification, the excreta of humans, animals have the more ammonia compounds, right? So, it is breakdown through the bacteria of dead plants and animals. When they after die, what will happen? Those organic proteins should be breakdown. Those which are breaking down those organic proteins, nothing but bacteria. So bacteria like Bacillus vulgaris, Actinomycetes. These are the bacteria which involves in to convert the organic compounds after the completing the lifespan of plants and animals. They are used to get converting by this bacteria. After ammonification, the next step is nitrification. In nitrification, children, here the ammonia is going to convert into the ammonium compounds is going to convert into the nitrates. So if the plants require, they observe, otherwise it is again converted into it again get back into the atmosphere. That process we call it as denitrification, right? Denitrification. In denitrification, the NO3 is converted into the nitrogen gas with the help of the bacteria. What is the example of that bacteria? The example of that bacteria is Pseudomonas, okay, Nitrobacter. These are the those are the bacteria which involves in conversion of nitrogen nitrates into nitrogen and get back into the atmosphere. So let's summarize this, children. So these are the 5 steps which are involved in the nitrogen cycle. In the first step, the nitrogen going to convert as the NH3 form or nitrate form with the help of the bacterium called rhizobium, right? With the help of the bacteria called rhizobium. And in assimilation, it is uptaken by the plants. So plants can be eaten by the animals, plants eaten by the humans. This is how the nitrogen indirectly accumulated into the bodies of the organisms. Next, after this, ammonification. In ammonification, the waste is going to convert the ammonium compounds by the decomposes. After the lifespan of the animals, they used to convert their organic complex organic proteins into ammonium compounds by the decomposes. What are the examples? Nitrobacter, these are the Bacillus vulgaris, Actinomycetes, these are the examples. Actinomycetes. So after ammonification, the next step is nitrification. In these ammonium compounds again going to get back into the nitrates with the help of nitrosomonas and nitrobacter. So we call it as nitrifying bacteria. After the nitrification, the last step is denitrification. In the denitrification, the nitrate is going to convert into the nitrogen with the help of denitrifying bacteria. What is the denitrifying bacteria? Pseudomonas, Theobacillus, Micrococcus, these are the examples of denitrification bacteria. These are the examples of denitrifying bacteria. So how the impact of the nitrogen in humans? So let's discuss that. Okay, how nitrogen cycles impact on the human beings. So how it is useful to us. So in making of nucleic acids, it will be nitrogen is essential. So besides that, if the excessive use of nitrogen by the artificial methods, by using as a compounds of fertilizers in the crop fields, it may leads to the pollution of water pollution and soil pollution. Soil lose the ability to grow the healthy plants, and the soil lose the fertility because of the excess use of fertilizers. Here is the statement given: based on the nitrogen based fertilizers, it can lead to water and soil pollution. We also discussed in the crop production and management also. These are interlinked chapters, we have to analyze very clearly. Then you can easily solve the case based questions, children. So burning of fossil fuels, release of more amount of nitrogen oxides. By contributing the nitrogen oxides contributing in the acid rains and air pollution, cause the air pollution. And coming to the deforestation, when we are cutting the deforestation, the amount of carbon dioxide fixation will be reduced, and the industrial activities alter the natural nitrogen cycle. It disturbs the nitrogen cycle, so it will be impact on the human's life. So coming to the why to maintain nitrogen cycle balance, why to maintain nitrogen cycle in a sustainable way, because in agriculture practice, if the soil we lose the ability, then how the future crops will be produced, the healthy quantity will be reduced, quality will be reduced. So the humans more impact will be by causing the various diseases, the losing the ability, and they cannot tolerate of the diseases and all that. So sustainable activities like, so if we are maintaining the sustainable agriculture practices naturally by using fertilizers and all that, by using the natural methods in to increase the nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium by the manure, by increasing more, but not as the artificial methods, we have to be reduced, then the quality of the crop will be increased. So reducing industrial pollution, we should not release directly the industrial wastes into the water bodies or else to the air. It will cause the many impacts on the human beings. It causes the air pollution. So it indirectly also impacting the human lives, animals lives and also plant lives. And the conservation of forest, the deforestation should not be done. Forestation will be maintains the sustainable balance of the nitrogen cycle, and soil management strategy should be they have to be improved. So this is how we can maintain the stable nitrogen cycle that leads to the sustainability of the humans also, and it maintains the stable nitrogen cycle. So this is up to the yesterday's class, children. So today we are starting the fruit preservatives. What are food preservatives? So why the food preservatives we are studying. So before going to understand the food preservation, children, so you are going to understand what is food poisoning. So what is food spoilage? When you keep the food on the table of your dinner table, so in the entire night, in the morning the food is very good, No, it will be spoiled. Why? You can see the members of the microorganisms, especially fungi. So you observe, so some members are accumulated in the food, so that leads it is the toxic, it became spoil. The spoiled food have the toxic substance. Why it have who are releasing those toxic substance? Nothing but the fungi release the toxic substance, right children? So this is how the food is spoiled. So when you kept the food in the outside of the table, the food cannot be healthy, because the food have accumulation of many microbes. So the members we call it as mainly the fungi will be accumulate. So the fungi release the toxic substance. That toxic substance having the poisonous to the human bodies. If you ate that food, what will happen? So if you ate the spoiled food, what will happen? It causes the food poisoning. So it is not good for the gut of our intestine. So this is how impacting the food spoilage on the human beings. So thereby the food preservation methods should be came into picture. So these are the food preservation methods, which means the food can be stored for the long time. Here in this food preservation, we are going to discussing about the introduction of the food preservation and types of preservations. 1 minute children. Okay. So here we are going to deal about the introduction of food preservation. What is food preservation we will discuss in this class, and also what are the types of food preservation we are going to, what are they, and the types of food preservations are natural and artificial food preservations are we are going to discussing about, and the what type of methods we are using, and also at last what are the disadvantages and advantages and disadvantages we are going to discuss in this class. So see first what are the introduction of food preservation. So why the food preservation is essential? So food preservation helps to reduce the food spoilage and makes it to food will be available through long time. So food preservation is the process of preventing food spoilage by the contamination. So contamination mostly happens by the microbes like bacteria. They are easily contaminated through air only, fungi. So mainly we see fungi on the breads, on the spoilage. We mainly see the the green or white cotton like structure is nothing but fungi. They release a toxic substance. Then it will be the food will be spoilage. So food spoilage is nothing but the chemical substances which are harmful to the human body. They are present in the food. So when it is accumulates, when the food is outside of the conditions of the environment, it makes the food to be spoiled. So food preservation is the process by preventing the food spoilage it is not allowed to the contamination should not be allowed. So it helps in maintaining food for a longer time by using various techniques. By using various techniques, we are making the life period of food to be more. So preservation slow down or stops the growth of the bacteria. It what will do? It reduces the growth of the bacteria. It should not allows the bacteria to grow, especially like bacteria, yeast and molds. So yeast and molds, as the fungi grow more on the food to get the it may leads to the spoil the food. So this is about the introduction of the food preservation. So why food preservation important? It is caused mainly by the microorganism. Of course, we studied that mainly the microorganism is fungi is mainly plays very crucial role in the spoiling the food, and it extends shelf life. Food products maintain nutritional value and taste. In the when you went to the market, children, they make so many food packed food will be there. So they are packed because of by using food preservative methods they are stored, and it is leads to the to have long time to eat if it does not cause any harm. So it reduces food wastage and ensures food availability also. Thereby what will happen? It reduces the wastage of food and it leads to food availability more. So see here the types of methods we will study. What are the types? There are two methods. One are the natural methods and another one is artificial preservatives. So in the natural preservatives, what are we going to use? So whatever it will be mainly used in your grandma's, parents and all that. So your mother also used to mainly the natural sources like salt, sugar, vinegar, spices. So when you are going to make a pickle, the more amount of oil should be, will be there on the in the pickle. It leads to the makes the pickle shelf life period will be more. It extends the pickle leads to more shelf life period. So in the artificial preservatives, which means we are using the chemical substances. The main chemical substances we are used in the fruit preservation are the sodium benzoate and nitrates. These are the preservatives mostly used in the to preserve the foods for it should be for a long period of use. So the most common chemicals are which are used for the food preservation is benzoates, nitrates and sulfides. These are the most common preservatives we are used in the to prevent the food spoilage in the preservation methods. So let's discuss first the natural food preservatives. What are we are going to use in the natural preservation methods? We are mostly use the salt, sugar, vinegar, lemon juice, oil, spices. So the salt used in mostly in pickles, that is why the salts are more in salty, and meat also, meat especially main fishes. In fishes when you are preservating, first you use the salt. So to prevent that prevents the bacterial growth. And coming to the sugar, we are use the whole, when you see in the market you see some jellies and will be more. So in that wholesome sugar will be there, not exact point, it will be wholesome. This it means the sugar also preventing the food spoilage, right? Used in jams, jellies to make in the preparation of jams and jellies, sweets to prevent the microbial growth, the wholesome of sugar will be added. And coming to the vinegar, it is used in pickles and sauces to prevent the bacterial action. So vinegar is also used in pickles and also it prevents the bacterial growth. And coming to the lemon juice, it contains the citric acid. So lemon having the more amount of citric acids which prevents the oxidation, which means it prevents the breakdown of the chemical substances, which leads to the prevention of bacterial growth. And coming to the oil, spices used in pickles more in amount. So they act the barrier against the moisture. So because the oil is lighter than the water, that is why in water the more amount of microorganisms will grow than the oil. So the oil is used in pickles to act barrier against the microorganisms. These are the natural food preservative methods we are using in our day-to-day life in our homes also. So there is the salt, sugar, vinegar, lemon juice and oil, spices. These are the 4 natural food preservative methods we are usually follow. So in how come the artificial food preservatives are used? We know, as we studied before, the benzoates, nitrates, sulfates are mostly used as a artificial food preservation methods. Where they were used, right? So see, so benzoates, nitrates and nitrites and sulfur dioxide, sulfides, sorbates and propionates. These are the most widely used food preservation artificially to prevent the food spoilage. Mainly in the for the commercial use, these artificial food preservatives are used. So sodium benzoate used in soft drinks and also fruit juices. So nitrates and nitrates used in process of meats to preventing the bacterial contaminations. To the export of the meat from the other countries, they used most of these nitrates and nitrates because they not allow the contaminated food, they not allow the spoilage, it preventing the bacterial growth. So and next one is sulfur dioxide and sulfates. They are used in dried fruits and wine to prevent spoilage. And coming to the sorbates, it is a potassium sorbate used in cheese, yogurt, milk products, in the bakery products, to avoid the nuisance from the microbes. They are mainly used. So those are the sorbates. And if they ask the question like, so which is among the artificial food preservative methods which is morely used for to reduce the bacterial nuisance from the microorganisms like fungi? It is sorbates, because sorbate having the potassium potassium. In that it reduces the growth of the microorganisms like fungus. And coming to the last one, propionates, in that having the more amount of calcium. They are used in bread, bakery items to prevent the mold growth. So these are the two important food preservation methods used for the bakeries. As we know that the commercial purpose of the bakeries, cakes, jams, cheese are more in amount. So to preserve those food, to preserve this effect from the bacterial growth, these artificial food preservation methods are come to picture. So these are the 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the 5 food preservation methods mostly widely used in the in food industry. So coming to the food preservation methods. So see here, so mostly in day to day life we should not use everything in salt. Some like milk, fruits which should not can add the more amount of salt in it. They are not eligible for the preservation. So if you add in so much of salt in the milk, it will be it is not able to, we cannot drink. So some products are there which we cannot store it, we cannot preserve it with the adding of the salt by naturally also and artificially also. So they mostly widely used is we are using refrigerators. In refrigerators, as the temperature is very minute level, there we cannot see the bacterial growth. So it slows down the microbial growth. And canning and bottling uses a heat. See, if they use excessive heat and it kills the microorganisms. So and then it seals the food in airtight container. We are not allowing the air to be allowed in the container. Thereby it reduces the microbial growth. And dehydration, when we are drying and under the sun by more in the more hours, then it will make you to remove the moisture from the food. Thereby we are preventing the bacterial growth. It mostly happens in the fishes, children. Coming to the vacuum packing, it removes the air, totally removes the air in the from the food. Then it packs tightly. It is also reduces the microbial activity. And use of chemical preservatives like addition of substance to prevent spoilage and microbial growth. It is the artificial methods. They are used as a chemical substances that prevent the food spoiling, toxic should not be growth will be reduced. So here are some different methods of preservation methods. So these are preservation methods by oil vinegar, storing in airtight containers, cold treatments, heat treatments, preservation of with common salt, preservation by sugar. These are the main methods used for the food preservation. Coming to the advantage and disadvantage, children. So see, although in the advantages here, it improves the shelf life of the food products, and also it reduces the wastage of food. It makes food available for a longer time. Then the economically also, commercially also, the food will be stored in the longer time, and it helps in transportation to export to the other countries. These food preservation methods are very useful, and stores in perishable food items. It means the way they are healthy will be, they are present as packed in the containers. So it maintains food quality, taste and texture. It does not change any texture of the food. So these are some of the advantages of the food preservatives. Although advantages, the other side of the coin is also will be there, no? So disadvantages. Here the disadvantages of excessive use of preservatives. If you use the excessive use of preservatives in food, then what will happen? They cause allergic reactions in the human beings. Mainly the children will not allow to go from the market to the, they are asked mother to buy something which are more in amount of wholesome sugar and all that. So thereby the children more effect on the further allergic reactions, and if the excessive consumption can lead to digestive problems, digestive issues. So the more amount of canned foods or the preservative foods we should not allow to eat the children. So some artificial preservatives, although they are preservatives of the artificially by also, they are at last they are chemicals. So their chemicals are not they are not good for health. It always cause the ill effects. Not mostly but sometimes. So they have been linked to the long term health problems also. For the natural alternatives like should be preferable. More than artificial methods, we have to more preferable for the natural methods. More the artificial method, we have to prefer for the natural methods. So because as they are natural, so they does not cause much harm than the artificial. So as the artificial methods are come under the group of mainly chemical substances, although they are preventing the they are preventing the contamination of the bacteria, fungi and all that, but they are more harmful to the human intestine. That leads to the long term disease of the humans. Especially for the children, we should not allow for the preservative foods which are used by the chemical substances. So here the conclusion. So food preservation is always may essentially maintaining food safety rules. It is okay to use of it. So for the exportation and importation, it is necessary. And natural preservatives, like mostly we have to mostly pointing to the, we have to look at into the natural preservatives only, like salt, sugar, vinegar. These are the safer compared to the artificial ones. Excess use of artificial preservatives should be avoided for the better health. If you want the good health, you should have to avoid the artificial preservative methods. Choose the fresh and minimal processed food whenever it is possible for the healthy lifestyle. To healthy lifestyle, you have to focus on the natural methods, and when it is available as a fresh methods. So this is about the food preservation methods, children. So coming to the last topic. So here we are discussing about the diseases caused by the microorganisms in humans, animals and also plants. They asked children, they asked the what is the mode of transmission or what is the causative organism for this disease. So these are the some of the human diseases which you can remember. It will help you in the solving the questions. As in the quantity, in a competitive field also, they are asked in the NDSC, Olympiad exams, they used to ask these type of questions, children. So after this session, after completing this lesson, we are focused on the more on the for the multiple choice questions, case based questions and all that. So here see the human diseases. The main human diseases are tuberculosis, measles, chickenpox, polio. So here the causative organism is, for the tuberculosis is bacteria, for the measles virus, for the chickenpox also virus, for the polio also virus. So their mode of transmission is air. So for the tuberculosis it is air, for the measles it is also air, and the chickenpox from the air also, by the contacting with the affected person also it will it will affect it to the other healthy person. So for the polio virus is from the air and also water. So what kind of general preventive measures you have to take? So keep the patient complete isolation. What is meant by isolation? They should be in a isolated way, they should be in a one room, should not contact with that person. Thereby the healthy person will not affect by that diseases. Keep the personal belonging things, like they used to use their own towel, they used to use their own brush. So their own things should be maintained. So always and also vaccination. Vaccination also should be done at the right proper age. Thereby we can get out through these human diseases. So here are some diseases, and let's see some more diseases, children. So here some of the diseases. So cholera. So cholera causative organism is bacteria, and typhoid is bacteria, and hepatitis B is virus. So for the cholera and typhoid, the main mode of transmission is water. The main transmission is water. For the cholera and typhoid, main mode of transmission is water. That is why we have to in the rainy seasons we have to drink the hot water mainly, because the contamination is more in the water at the point of rainy season. The microbes will be more grow on the in the rainy season, and Hepatitis B is caused by the virus, it is also contamination is water. So here are some general preventive measures children. So maintaining the personal hygiene and good sanitary habits which helps you to get rid of those diseases, and consumption of proper cooked food, boiled cooked food, and the meat, especially meat. In the via meat only the mode of transmission of the disease will be happen. So always we have to use the cooked food. And coming to the malaria, see the causative organism is protozoa, and if you know it is a plasmodium, it is occurs through the mosquito, the vector, mosquito acts as a vector, it is a vehicle to passes the malaria to the humans. So here the if you want to get rid out of the malaria, we have to we have to use some preventive measures like use mosquito nets, repellents, spray insecticides, and mostly stagnant water will not be there in the home. So when it is stagnant water, you have to you have to drain that water away from that point. So it collect from the surroundings. We should see everything should be clean or not. These are some of the human diseases children. The mostly asked questions from these diseases. And coming to the animal diseases, so see here some of the animal diseases. So here the animal diseases are their foot mouth disease in cattle, anthrax disease in cattle, and sleeping sickness. It is caused by the trypanosoma. Protozoa. So here the foot mouth disease is a virus caused agent. The causative agent is virus, and the anthrax disease in cattle is bacteria, and the sleeping sickness in cattle, pigs, horses, it will be the causative agent is protozoa. These are some of the animal diseases caused by the microorganisms, the mostly asked in the competitive field. So here comes the plant disease in picture. So some mainly you people see the yellowing of the leaves, right? So and wilting of the leaves, there is no standard growth. Those all will be the mostly seen in the plant diseases. So they are caused by the some of the we named them some of the diseases as the rust of wheat, citrus canker, yellowing mosaic disease in ladyfinger, tobacco mosaic virus. These are the main some of the plant diseases occurs in the plants. So the causative agents of the rust of wheat is fungi, citrus canker is bacteria, and yellow mosaic disease is virus, tobacco mosaic disease is virus is virus, the causative agent. So the mode of transmission is rust of wheat by from the healthy plant to from the ill plant to the healthy plant, it affects through the air or else by the seeds. From the citrus canker, the bacterial disease is contaminated through air only. So yellow mosaic disease through insects, through the carrier it will be affected. And the tobacco mosaic virus, it will be easily contaminated through the hands, clothes, field workers. So as it is the viruses are smaller than the bacteria, they are more can easily transfer than the bacteria. These are the plant, animal, and also human diseases. They are mostly asked in the competitive field children. So this is about the today's session children. So let's meet in the tomorrow session. Before I am winding up the class, I would like to inform very important news for you. So here we are starting the foundation summer camp course children. So the foundation summer camp course is started for every 15 days. So it is both offline also, online also. Those who want to attend through offline can come to our institute name called NEET World, present in Hyderabad, Narayanguda, near metro station. Those who want to attend through the online, down scrolling number is there, no children. Contact with number for more details. Then you can access our classes. The 1 week classes are absolutely free. So there is no need to worry. In the 15 days, the first 10 days we are covering the core concepts from the examinations of NEET and JEE basics, and then 2 days of the activity based learning will be there, and 1 day we are conducting the quiz to and we are keeping you the cash rewards for that, gifts and all that. And after the 13th day we are conducting the cumulative assessments of whole subjects we are teached. like we are teaching the main subjects of physics, chemistry, biology and mathematics, and in the last one day we are giving the career guidance to which path you are most likely to choose, and one-on-one interaction doubt clearing sessions will be there, and mainly the career guidance to what paths you have to choose to achieve your goals, we all say that. And the most experienced faculty are going to teach you these basics, children, and the mode of learning is through digital panel. So from the basic to the higher level we are explaining the very creative ways by creating wonderful videos and animations. So here it is very helpful to you, children. So if you want to join, please contact with this number and you can happily listen the classes. This is up to the today's session. So I am winding up the class. So let's meet in the tomorrow session. Thank you.